Oxygen is super dangerous for humans because it has been found that anyone who breathes oxygen will eventually die. That's why it's super important that we plan for the day when that happens. Things like who gets my money, my house, my Tesla shares, and of course my CPF money. To the person who gets my CPF money, 你就好了. I can't touch it, but at least you can. So in this video, I will share 3 important things that you need to do while you still can. Namely, who gets your CPF money, who gets your asset, and appointing someone to make decisions on your behalf if you ever lose the mental capacity to do so. Alright, let's jump right in. The first question that you might ask is, can I don't do this? Like very pantang leh? Pantang your head lah. People do this all the time. All this planning is super important because you want to make sure who gets what. Otherwise, when you pass away, your long-lost aunt might suddenly pop up and fight for the assets. Also, if you don't plan for this, your assets will be distributed according to something called intestacy law, where it will be distributed to people who are closest to you first to the least close to you. For example, the spouse would get the assets first. But if he or she is not around, it goes to the children, then to the parents, the siblings, grandparents, uncles and aunts, and finally, the government. This process will be handled by the Public Trustee's Office, which means that for your non-CPF assets, they will charge a fee of anywhere from 2.25% to 6.5%. And for CPF money, they will charge anywhere from 0.3% to 2.4%. Wow, need to pay one nah? Yes, of course need to pay one. Otherwise, what are they going to eat? Eat air. That's why it's super important to plan all this out so that your descendants can get the full amount after you pass away. Alright, let's first start with deciding who gets your CPF money. The official term for this is called CPF nomination. This is for everything that's in your CPF, like your CPF savings, your CPF life unused premiums, and your discounted Singtel shares. But it doesn't include stuff like properties bought with your CPF money, payout from Dependents Protection Scheme, and your CPF investments. There are 2 ways to make a CPF nomination. You can either do it online or do it in person. For online nomination, it's a lot more convenient, but you will need to have 2 witnesses. Wow, so 麻烦啊. Yes, this is to let CPF know that you made the nomination willingly and calmly. So they want to make sure that you are sibei calm when doing the nomination. When doing the online nomination, you will need to prepare your SingPass, your nominee's NRIC, mailing address and email address, and the 2 witness NRIC, mailing address, email address, and Singapore phone number. Once you are ready, log in to CPF. At the top right, click on Account Services, CPF Nomination, make a nomination. Tick to agree to the terms and conditions and start. Check that your contact info is correct. If it's correct, click Proceed. Then just fill up all the details. For online nomination, you can only add up to 14 nominees. Anything more than that, you will have to do it in person at the CPF service centers. So once you have done the nomination, your witnesses will be notified via SMS and email. They can then log in to confirm the nomination. And if everything is okay, CPF will approve it and you are done. So simple. But if you are unable to get 2 witnesses, no worries. You can just do it in person at the CPF branch and the CPF officers will be your witness. But don't just head down like that, You need to first make an appointment at least 1 day before visiting them, and remember to bring your IC and photocopies of your nominee's IC. So that's how to make a CPF nomination. It's super easy to do, but here are 2 things to take note of. 1, you can update your nomination whenever you want. And 2, if you get married, your CPF nomination will be revoked upon marriage. So you need to redo it again, Quick pause. If you are looking to earn a high yield on your money, you can check out Moomoo Singapore. With Moomoo Cash Plus, you will earn 4% yield on your SGD and 4.66% on your USD. The funds are super low risk as they only invest in short-term, low-risk stuff like fixed deposits and government bonds. As a bonus, if you subscribe at least $100 to Moomoo Cash Plus, you will earn a $10 cash coupon. And of course, Moomoo is also offering some very generous sign-up promotions. 1, when you deposit $100, you will get a $2 cashback daily for 10 days. Then, when you deposit another $2,000 and perform 2 buy trades, you will earn a free Coca-Cola stock worth around $80. And finally, if you deposit a total of $10,000 and perform 7 buy trades, you will earn a $108 cash coupon. So, if you are interested, you can sign up to Moomoo Singapore using my link down below. With that being said, let's get back to the video. Moving on to the second part, will. As they always say, where there's a will, there's a way. And in this case, a will is a legal document that details the way that you want to distribute your assets after you pass away. Not only that, a will will also help to appoint a guardian for your children, making sure that their needs are met and protected when you are not around. Sounds good. Let's write the will. Hold up. Unfortunately, most companies will charge you a fee of anywhere from $200 to $400 to write a will. But the keyword here is most companies. Luckily, I found 2 places that let you write a will for free, OCBC and MoneyOwl. And I know what you're wondering. Free can use or not one Yes, it will be legally binding if you're over 21 years old and have a sound mind. Have printed out and signed the will in the presence of 2 witnesses over 21, and the 2 witnesses need to sign on every page in your presence. In this video, I'll just focus on MoneyOwl. So for MoneyOwl, they can only do a simple will, but they can't do Muslim wills, complicated wills, and wills that need a translation. In that case, bo pian, you have to pay someone to do your will. Otherwise, you can just use MoneyOwl to make your will. To do that, just head over to MoneyOwl's website. At the top, mouse over plan, click on Free Will Writing. Start will writing, click on Get Started, then agree to the disclaimer. Here, you will need to do a check to see whether you are eligible to write a will or not. If you are eligible, you'll be able to continue on. Click Proceed, enter in your details, your family member details, who you want to appoint as the alternative guardian of your children when you and your spouse pass away. And now comes the fun part, deciding who gets your assets. Choose your beneficiaries, then just specify the percentage that you want to give to each person. Next, you will need to appoint someone to execute your will. Then an alternative person just in case the first person is gone. Go through and make sure everything is correct. Then click Continue. Log in to retrieve your will, or if you don't have an account yet, you can sign up using my link down below. Okay, we are not done yet. To make this a legal will, you will need to print out the will, find 2 witnesses who's age 21 and above, sign the will together on every page, then keep the will in a safe place, and tada! Now you have a legal will. But of course, just make sure that the executor knows where to find your will. Later, you hide your will too well and nobody can find it, then GG also. Finally, there's something called lasting power of attorney. What's that? Can eat one now? As we get older, there's a chance that we might lose our mental capacity. So, to prepare for that, you can create a lasting power of attorney to appoint someone to make decisions and act on our behalf if ever that happens. The things that they can decide to act on will include stuff like where you stay, how you will be taken care of, how to manage your assets, finances, and so on. But just take note, LPA doesn't deal with the distribution of assets after you pass away, That will be handled by the will. So there are 2 kinds of LPA. LPA 1 will grant donee general powers with basic restrictions. Donee just means the person who you appointed to act on your behalf. For most people, LPA 1 is more than enough. But if you need a more customized LPA, you have to use an LPA Form 2, which will require a lawyer to draft it out. For this video, I'll just show you how to create LPA 1. To do that, head over to the LPA website, click on Apply for an LPA. Do your usual SingPass login, click on Apply for an LPA, then click Let's Begin. Read through the important information first. Your donee needs to be 21 and above. Make sure you have their full name, NRIC, phone number, and email address ready. Choose a donee that you trust because your donee will be acting on your behalf. You can appoint a replacement donee. For Singaporeans, this will be free till 31st March 2026. But for PR and foreigner, you have to pay a fee to do the LPA. After that, you need to visit a certificate issuer to certify the LPA. I will talk about this in a minute. So for now, let's click start. Fill in your personal info, then click continue. Fill in your donee info. You can choose to appoint the donee to decide on your personal welfare and property and affairs. Click continue. Do you want your donee to decide on your treatment? Does the donee need a court approval to manage your property affairs? Do you allow your donee to make cash gifts on your behalf from your assets? Here, you can appoint a replacement donee if you want. Otherwise, just click continue. Make sure everything is correct. Tick the checkbox, then click notify donee. The donee will then need to accept the appointment. Once it's done, you'll receive an SMS telling you that they have accepted the LPA appointment. Next, you will need to find a LPA certificate issuer to find someone to certify your LPA. Usually, it will be a doctor. And of course, there will be a fee. The fee will typically cost anywhere from $56 to $75. There, he will enter your NIC into the system and you will receive an access code to log in. He will review your LPA with you and you will need to use your SingPass to sign digitally on your LPA and you are done. So those are the 3 things that you will need to do to prepare for old age and death: CPF nomination, will, and LPA. With these 3 things, you will make sure that everything is taken care of. So do it while you still can, yeah? But if you have any questions, you can join my fast-growing Telegram group to ask any questions that you may have. Like, share, and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.